Good morning and welcome to the Red Mic. Thanks for joining me today. Yes, I did sleep in. I, I am in Abilene and I'm about to hit the road. Was out here, I can say it now. I was out here working as an election monitor, actually an election inspector. So I had a 13-hour day yesterday. I hit 8 different polls all across Taylor County. And man, people were working hard. A lot of people showing up. Heard that about half of Taylor County's population voted early. Struck me that there were a lot of men working the polls, but more women than men worked the polls. At least in Taylor County. I don't know if it's like that everywhere, but that was my observation here. In fact, there were some polls where there were no men at all, just a couple of them. But yeah, I went from Abilene out to Merkel, all the way down to Lawn, Texas. And I will tell you, an election inspector, they're an outsider. They're why are you watching our business? Kind of. But I had none of that. Everybody was so kind and gracious and truly seemed to be thankful that I was there, that we were, keeping everybody honest, as an inspector, my job was to basically watch and write stuff down, not get involved. And I didn't get involved at all. And stay out of the way. And man, I'm so proud to be an American. I really am. But first, forgot my intro. I'm not in a regular location. So these Red Mic messages are leadership and life lessons I've picked up mostly from 25 years as a public servant, 16 years as a youth football coach and scouting volunteer, and 10 years as a mediocre athlete with far more heart than actual physical ability. And anybody who watched me play for the Coyotes, they'll say, yeah, that's pretty true. Started one game, then hurt my neck and never sniffed the field really for the rest of the season. Anyway, so good morning, Chris David and Victor Gomez. Dang glad to see you guys. Hey, Marla. Marla's my cousin. Okay, I'm not going to shout out anymore, but on the election, those of you who know me in real life know where I stand politically. I'm not going to talk about it, though. Not on the Red Mic. I try to keep these as nonpartisan as possible. What I will say about the election is whether you are sad, angry, ambivalent, happy, joyous, whatever it is this morning, don't despair, don't gloat, don't be vindictive, be magnanimous. If 4 years ago you were gloriously happy and today you are desolate, remember that 4 years ago your political opponents were in the same shoes that you were. Reflect on how you acted last year, or 4 years ago. Reflect on how they acted 4 years ago. Fast forward to January 20th, Inauguration Day. Look back at January 6th. Look back at the day after the election last time. I've said this a lot here on these Red Mic messages. We have to come together. As Americans, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, those ideals, those principles, those supreme laws of the land, they are more important than any of us individually. They are more important than any of us as a group. Be supportive of the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. And I know that if you're happy this morning, maybe you're thinking, yeah, I'm going to gloat. Or if you felt like you were mistreated the last 4 years, well, I'm going to give some of that back. It's got to stop somewhere. It just does. The whole idea, an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind, right? So I beg of you, if you won, be magnanimous. Don't gloat. If your side lost, swallow hard, take it like an adult, and move on. Are there still a lot of questions? Yeah. How were there 18 million more votes 4 years ago? I don't know. Did these candidates so alienate so many people that 18 million Americans decided to not show up? I think that's something that ought to be looked into. It seems odd to me. But all that being said, with so much scrutiny on this election, I think anybody that might have wanted to cheat one way or the other, I think that they were definitely, if not strongly discouraged, they were outright frightened to. I've got a lot of confidence in this election. I hope you do too. And again, I urge you, if you're over the moon happy today, be magnanimous. Don't gloat. Don't rub their nose in it. And if you are upset this morning, be gracious in the loss. Roll your sleeves up and, keep fighting for your side. I mean, that's what being an American's all about. It's like, hey, I believe in this, so I'm going to go out there and I'm going to fight for it. I'm going to stand up for it. I'm going to try to convince you that my ideas are not only better than your ideas, but I'm going to try to convince you of that too. I'm going to try to convince other people. I'm going to try to make this country a better place. It all starts with you. It all starts with me. So again, I urge you, if you're happy, yeah, be happy. Do the happy dance all day long. Question the actions of people in power. I honestly and truly feel, though, that the rhetoric of it's going to end democracy, and I heard that from both sides of the aisle. If she wins, it's you're never going to see another red state, or if he wins, it's the end of democracy as we know it. That's just, we survived our forefathers shooting each other in the Civil War, and we overcame that. I mean, shoot, go listen to the old Charlie Daniels song, In America. That'll fire you up about being an American, even if it does talk about being a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Yeah, Charlie had to do what Charlie had to do. The Steelers were big then, right? Anyway, just believe in America and the American way of life, the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. In my heart and soul, I know we can get through this. Believe in America. Believe in your fellow Americans. That's all I got to say today. It's morning. It's morning in America. The light is shining. So take that for however you want to. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. I'll see you actually from the Red Mic tomorrow. I'll be back in Austin. And remember, life is short. Drink the bourbon.